Hey friends, Ginger Dreads here, back with another one, and today we are going to be playing with some resin. Make sure your hair is pulled up and you have on shitty clothes. You don't want to get this on anything. It is sticky, it is gross, and once it's mixed together, oh, it's even harder to clean. Alcohol will be your best friend, just so you know. But yes, get your resin clothes on, as I like to call them, and get you some towels, put your kitties up. Open your windows, get you a nice ventilated space, and let's play with some resin. So if you notice, I'm using art resin in this video, and that resin is a 1-to-1 ratio. What I mean by 1-to-1 ratio is 1 parts A, 1 parts B. If you use a half a cup of A, you use a half a cup of B. That is a hell of a lot of resin. I'm just using that number as an example. But if you use a tablespoon of A, you need a tablespoon of B. 1-to-1 ratio. You're going to put that in your little cup, your silicone cup, or whatever you have. I've seen people, use like those little solo cups that you can throw away, the little baby shock cups. Or I've seen people use measuring cups. I actually used to use a metal measuring cup because it cleaned up very nicely and I didn't have to continue to throw away stuff. You will throw away a ton of stuff if you can't find silicone or metal or reusable objects, due to the fact that this stuff is a mother for cleaning. Like, it just doesn't come off of paintbrushes, it doesn't come off of hair, it doesn't come off of clothing. Once it starts hardening, forget it. The alcohol don't even take it off. If not, alcohol is your best friend. However, I'm mixing right now the 2 parts into that little silicone cup. There is a measuring line on that cup that I'm using, so I know what my one part is. I've learned to kind of eyeball how many stones I'm doing to how much resin. That is also going to come with trial and error, because until you start playing around with it, unless you're all about weights and measuring and like how much ounces for this. If you know how to do all that, feel free, have fun. You won't waste probably any products. I wasted a lot at first, and then I got silicone molds. So now when I make resin, anytime that I don't have enough, or I made way too much resin or whatever it be, I have little mushroom silicone molds that I will put some color pigment in and make leftover molds. Shit, you know what I'm trying to say, dang it. I will take the freaking resin and use it in those molds to make leftovers, so that I'm not pouring out resin, because if not, you end up throwing a lot of resin away. So now back to the video. You're going to mix it after you get your 1-to-1 ratio in the cup. Mix that stuff extremely well. I mix it for 5 minutes. Some tell you to mix it for 3 minutes. Some tell you to mix it for 2, 5. Just mix it for 5. A lot of the resins will like turn this foggy pearlescent color, and then it will clear out, and that's how you'll know that it's been mixed. Don't even wait for that. Just mix it for 5 minutes. If you don't, again, trial and error is not your friend. You will throw shit away if it's not mixed properly. Things are sticky, things are gross, it doesn't cure properly. Yeah, just don't even try it. From experience, I promise, folks, don't even try it. So yeah, mix it for the... Hey friends, while editing the video, I noticed that I don't even show you what I'm using, what protective gear that you're supposed to use, I just show you how to do a resin batch. So I want to cut in that video and show you kind of what I use for resin, what type of resin I use. In that video, I'm using art resin. I'm going to be honest and tell you I haven't used art resin in a long time. Art resin is amazing for some projects, not what I do. It is an extremely soft resin. I don't care if it's 6 months old, you can stick your fucking fingernail in that resin. So I choose not to use that. I want a harder based resin. This was the next like my most favorite that I had found. There's a lady that I follow on Instagram who shared with me this one. It's yellowing, which I hate, but it does that just because of the air getting into this product. I guess that's what it says when I looked it up. So these are the ones I use on my stones and stuff. Freaking amazing. This shit is hard when it cures. Amazing. Like, this is my favorite. However, this is what I use on my woods. I'm out of these, or I just barely have any, so I've already purchased these. Same product. I use this for my wood. It's great for leveling, for doming, things like that. I love this. You'll need your torch to pop bubbles. This is the stuff that obviously you need to fill your torch. Because I paint wood and I do resin on both sides, I highly recommend this. It is, I guess, latex for human skin, or to do makeup or sci-fi crap. I don't really know, but this works amazing for me to put on the back of my wood so that I can not have the resin fall over, and then you just peel this right off. I also have this green tape, excuse me, this stuff, this frog stuff. Amazing. It tapes up really, really good. However, if I can use the latex, I'd rather, because it holds better. Okay, also gloves. You'll need gloves due to the fact that you don't want to get that resin on you. It's sticky. This mask right here, I use this because this little things right here are supposed to be good for the fumes within that comes off of this ship. It came with this and these. I use these when I'm sanding, but I'm going to be honest and tell you, I do not use these when I'm doing resin. I even have a pair of these that I use when I'm sanding. Alcohol is your friend for cleanup. Unfortunately, resin is one of those things that it uses a lot of material. Like, I have a big box of these for cleanup. They're like towels. I cut them in thirds. It makes it better. I have a lot of this kind of stuff. These are, what are these called? Silicone tools, you know, for mixing and stuff. I have a lot of these. I try to buy as much of the things that I can get that we can repurpose, because one thing with silicone or with this resin, you gotta throw your shit away. Like, if you use a paintbrush and that paintbrush is got resin on it, I don't give a shit how much alcohol you use, you're gonna have to throw it away. It isn't gonna work. So these are the things that I have got from Amazon. A lot of this, mostly everything actually except for this, I got from Amazon. And these the husband brought home, and these the husband brought home. So everything else was from Amazon. I'm gonna let you get back into the video. I just wanted to cut in and show these things because I didn't even do it in the video. So I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye-bye. 5 minutes, as it states on the bottle, or per Ginger Dreads. And then put it into your container or put a napkin over it, and then you're going to let it set for 10 minutes. Some resins have different times. I know with art resin and a few other ones that I've tried, I let it set for the 10 minutes. After it sets for 10 minutes, then it's playtime. But you have a limited amount of playtime. I think some resins give you like a 30-minute activating time, or I don't even know what it's called, as the resin's curing within itself, but you get like 30 to 45 minutes. And then they have like quick set resins where you get like 10 minutes or less, or haven't tried those either. But I know with this one, I have about 30 minutes to work with it before the resin starts getting too tacky to where I can't even play with it. So I will take it out. I will then go with I coat all my rocks first. So like you'll notice in the video, I'm pouring some on there. I rub it in my hand, coat it, and then I set it down. At the very end of that, then I will turn around and pour the rest of the resin over the top of that. That's what's making it that thick, luscious coat of glass, basically, is what I call it. After that, I'm going to take my heating gun or my torch and light that bitch up, because of the simple fact that the art resin has tremendous amount of bubbles. So I'm going to torch that piece and make sure that everything is completely no bubbles. Then I take my little toothpick and get out any of the lint or the cat hair or whatever that you have floating around that might happen to land in your stuff. Pick out all of that good nonsense. Go over it again with your torch. Let it set for about, I don't know, I usually let it set for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to take it off and retorch it again and make sure that no bubbles have started popping back up as I, after letting it set for a minute, because that's the thing about art resin. Like I told you, if you don't have the proper temperature, it will continue making bubbles even 5 to fucking 10 minutes later. I've gone back to a product. I can't even pop a bubble once it's 5 minutes in because it's gotten so thick. Anyhow, play around. You'll understand what I'm talking about. You'll go through frustrations of trial and error, but if you don't go through trial and error, you're not going to learn. For those of you that pick it up on the first try, kudos to you guys and your magic little freaking whipping hands, because I hated resin when I first started trying it. Hated it. Ended up now I can't even do art without it, but I'm not going to lie, I totally hated it. Also, damn it, if you're a person that knows something, share that shit with other people. Don't be a fucking secret sauce person. I just don't think we should mafia our art. So like for me, when I first started learning about resin, do you know I damn near had to pull teeth out of people's mouth for them to share with me? And then all of a sudden it was like all over the freaking interweb. That was frustrating. I'm not going to be that artist. If you guys have questions and you want to know, there is no secrets. It's called inspiration, folks. We're artists. Anyhow, none of that rambling. You guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Be nice to each other. Be kind to yourself. And until next time.